Can y'all see me? We're here. It's 7:59. I'm right on time. Who's on time? Ashley. I am here. You guys, y'all can hear me, see me loud and clear. Let me know. I'm looking because I don't want my phone to like cut off. We made it like 3 days. 3 days in a row. I have gone live. I'm proud of myself, honestly. I've been doing videos like every day on YouTube. I went live 3 days in a row here. Good job, Ashley. Good job. Okay, you guys, we'll wait for some people to come in. If you are here, let me know where you're from. You know, I only do this one time. It's not a whole, you don't have to talk to me the whole time unless you just want to. Let me know where you're from. And if you found me on Instagram, of course, you're there. Hi. You're all just from Massachusetts. I'm so happy you're here. When I was a flight attendant, I used to fly out of Boston, like all the time. So, yes. Okay, so let me know where you're from. And if you found me from, are you my YouTube family? Are you my Instagram family? Are you my TikTok? Or you were just scrolling and you saw me and you were like, let me see what she's talking about. My tooth has been bothering me a little bit. So if I start mumbling or not articulating, say, Ashley, you're not articulating. And then I'll try to not mumble. You just finished my course? Do you feel like you can go to the auction? Is that what, do you feel like you could at least go? You know what I mean? At least be confident enough to go to the auction now that you've taken it and everything. Tennessee, YouTube. Awesome, you're here. Are you in Shelby County? Frida, baby. Frida, where are you from? Tampa. Look at this, you guys. Everybody came back. It's like y'all came back. Y'all might really like me. Y'all might really like me, right? They do like me. Philly. That's right. That's right. Because when you said Philly, I was like, in West Philadelphia, born and raised. That's right. Montgomery County. Got you. Got you. Do I have anything in Montgomery County? I was looking at the schedule. Montgomery, Tennessee. Looks like they both canceled on the 5th. 3832 Ross Common Way and 1005 Cedar Mont Drive, Montgomery, Tennessee. Let me see if I see anything else in Montgomery. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. This is Georgia's week. The first week of the month is Georgia. They have a huge auction. It's usually on the 3rd. What is the 3rd? The 3rd is Tuesday? Monday, Tuesday? Georgia, that's when Georgia's auctions. Fulton County, Gwinnett, Henry, Houston, Polk, Pike, Pierce. That's Georgia's, the first week of the month. Okay, let me get in here. Cali, Nashville. I auction in Nashville at their courthouse. Y'all know I'm always at the courthouse. People always ask that. Am I at the courthouse? I'm always at the courthouse. Y'all, I'm never going to be at these people's houses auctioning in their front yard. We can't play with my life like that. I'm always at the courthouse. And when you go on auction.com, if you look on the corner, it'll tell you where the location of the auction is. Sometimes it'll say like the courthouse. Those are trustee sales. And then sometimes it'll be like at auction.com in a conference room. Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. I just said y'all are off the chain this week. Your auctions are always like the first week of the month, Tuesday. Montgomery County, Stacy from Chicago. My hometown. Y'all, last night, I was laughing at Stacy today. Baby, I was laughing at Stacy today when that little troll came in the live last night. And she was like, pray for me because what'd she say, her bladder? So it was a troll, you guys. It was totally a troll. And she came on there and she was like, pray for me because because my bladder or something. And Stacy was like, I'll pray for you. I was like, Stacy, stop talking to the trolls. Anyway, it was so funny. I had to think, yeah, her uterus, that's what it was. Man, I thought about Stacy today. It laughed so hard. Because Stacy was like, I'm going to pray for you. I was like, stop talking to that girl. It's a troll. Anyway. That was so funny. So funny. Okay, last night I forgot to introduce myself, you guys. I forgot. Stacy was serious. Stacy was about to have a whole prayer meeting with that girl. I had to block her. Anyway, the man is in the building. Got you. The only option you have are other investors. I think everybody in here is an investor, though, or wants to be. How to find trustee sales in California. Hey, see Alexa, good evening in New York. That's right. Let me introduce. Last night, you guys, I got through the whole thing and didn't introduce myself, right? So, if you don't know, I'm Ashley Pickens. I am here in Memphis, Tennessee. I've been in real estate since 2006 as a real estate agent, then a real estate broker. I got in because I wanted to be a real estate investor, 2006. And then I became a broker over a whole firm. And then what most people know me as, the auctioneer. I auction off foreclosures at the courthouse for attorneys, for the banks and the attorneys. Okay, so that is, I think, where most people have found me, because I'm an auctioneer. Like, how many of y'all know another auctioneer? Y'all know any other foreclosure auctioneers that do videos? Here I am. So I always try to share everything I know with you, what I see, what I find out, the properties, how to bid, how to buy. I have an auction accelerator that just came out. It's a bunch of people who've already been through it. The link is below. You guys, it's still on sale. I was like, if I go live 3 days, I gotta let the sale last 3 days. So today is the last. Let me be totally honest with you. The sale will go through tonight. Tomorrow I drop Gabby off at school at 8 o'clock in the morning. Before I drop her off, I'm going to put it back at the regular. The sale will be over. So that is what it is. The course is down below. All of the links are down below, you guys. I even put the link. I shared with you all how I follow HUD's website every single month. HUD puts out that report every month about how many people are behind on their mortgage, behind on their rent. 5 million people. Go to the site, bookmark it. I put it down below. So y'all know I got receipts. You know what I mean? I got receipts. I'm not just like making up numbers when I say like 5 million people hadn't paid their mortgage, even though I think it's more than that. But that link is below. If you want to read the article and go back, you can go all the way back, I think, to like 2019. You can go back all the way to 2009, I think, and just see over the years, like the foreclosures, insecurities. So go look at that. I did that. What else? Masterclass, free masterclass next Thursday, you guys. Free masterclass. We'll talk about REO properties versus auction properties, because everybody asks me about REO properties. How to pitch for those people who are behind on their mortgage. Thank you. Okay, got you. Remind me. I'm gonna hit Realtor Rajan Candle. Am I saying that right? I'm trying to say it right. I'm gonna circle back to you. I promise. I got something for you. Y'all, what was I talking about? Oh, masterclass next Thursday. It's free. Sign up below. It's going to be REO versus auctions, because I said last night, a lot of people are like, I want to come buy foreclosures. I want to come see you and get a foreclosure. And I'm like, what you really want is an REO, right? Because you want to be able to go inside. You want to be able to use financing. That's really what you want, is an REO. So I'm going to do a class, REO versus auction. Somebody mentioned it in the first night. REOs are, of course, the auction is going to be the cheapest place to get that property, right? But if you are somebody who does not have cash, keep in mind, at the auction, it's cash. It's certified funds, right? At the auction, you can't see the inside of that property, right? So that's not for everybody. Like, I poll the audience all the time. I do polls on Facebook or Instagram. And I'm like, who would buy a house that they can't see the inside of? And most people are like, oh, no, but investors are like, yeah, if the price is right. But most people won't, right? So, but of course, so REOs are, okay, auctions, properties come to me. If I can't auction them off, they revert back to the bank, and then they become an REO, right? So then the bank takes ownership, repossesses it, right? And then they clean it out. They cut the grass. They have to calculate like realtor fees, closing fees, utilities. They do all that. So yes, the price is going to be higher for an REO than it is for a property at the auction. But an REO property, you can inspect it. You can use financing, right? So it does have its advantages. And usually they are cheaper than market value, right? Well, I guess it just depends. Guys, there's probably going to be a lot of properties that people just bought 2 years ago, or shoot, this year, 2 years ago. And the whole loan will be due. Like, I see that a lot of times. The opening bids have just been too high because people just bought the property last year or 2 years ago, and it doesn't, you know what I mean. I think I posted that. I posted a house that went up for auction last week in California. The opening bid was $599, and Zillow had the property value at $524. You know what I mean? The opening bid was just too high. Okay, let me check in. Okay. Are you buyer looking for multiple? Stacy talking to you. How can I check zoning? What do you mean financing? Just registered for the free masterclass. Awesome. Okay. Financing, like FHA loan, conventional financing, like your typical traditional finance. Like you can get a conventional loan for an REO. If it doesn't need that many repairs, you can go FHA with REO properties. That's like homepath.com, hudhomestore.com. What else? There are a couple like Wells Fargo. They have an REO site. That's where a lot of people found me. That video that I put up, and I was like, where do you find foreclosures? And I did like Wells Fargo has a site, and I think Bank of America has an REO site. HUD Home Store, HomePath. Those are some other REO sites to look at. I would say like on Records and Deeds, how to check zoning. That's where it usually tells you. I can look in the MLS here, but you know, sometimes it'll let you know if it's zoned for residential, industrial, commercial. That's usually Records and Deeds. And look, I'll get back to you, make sure. That's what I mean by financing. Okay, so somebody else. Okay, how do you market? I saw that. To pre-foreclosures. So you're in luck. Look, you're in luck. It's like I'm psychic, because I get that question all the time. I have agents call me all the time and they're like, Ashley, I mean, they're literally like, Ashley, can I have your schedule so I can get to the people before they go to auction? And I'm like, you don't think I already do that? But anyway, so pre-foreclosures, those are the people who are behind on their mortgage and you want to get to them before they go to auction, right? You want to go to the source. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's what I was supposed to do every single night while we were on these lives. I was supposed to do my letters, you guys, my letters. Ask me if Ashley's done them. Ask me if I've done them. I haven't. I'm going to do them tonight because tomorrow is Mail Out Mondays. So I have to do them tonight when I get off this live. So, look, y'all do all that creative stuff, the loan, FHA loan, but can I get the property below market value and how much below market value? Look at you asking me like detailed questions about like, okay, so FHA loan. So you know FHA has their own set of requirements. FHA, you would have to get a REO that is in good condition, right? Because FHA is going to flag every repair that it needs, right? Now conventional is a little bit more lenient when it comes to repairs, right? Conventional, you can get FHA 203K loan. They allow repairs, but your typical FHA, you know, FHA properties, that appraiser is going to come in and flag everything. So if it's an REO where the sellers left it damaged, it won't go through FHA. You can't get FHA, but you can go conventional or FHA 203K. I hope that makes sense. Do you ever discuss hard money lenders? Is that feasible with REO? So if Daniel was on here last night, Daniel was supposed to make a funding resource. I said I was going to make one because a lot of people ask me about funding, right? Because everybody doesn't have cash for the auction. And I know some lenders who fund, you know, like auction properties and what is that loan? The DSCR loans and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm going to put it on the list. I'm going to put it on the list to get stuff done. I'm I'm laughing because I see your question, Camila. I'm gonna get there. Look, I'm gonna get there. So anyway, back to pre-foreclosures. I do market to them. I have been marketing to them for the past 2.5 years. I've gotten some amazing deals. I talked about it last night, like triplex for my clients. That is my retirement plan. We all know that at this point. I know the foreclosure wave is coming. I try to help people. Hold on. I try to help people where I can help them. If they want to save their home, I partner with United Housing Assistance to offer them assistance so they can keep their home. And if they want to sell it, then I help them sell it, right? So, I do market to foreclosures. I market to pre-foreclosures and I market to airship properties. I do have a couple of resources that I made. So, because that's my goal. Like, I want to be the person you go to when you think of foreclosures. Because I guess it's kind of like I do auction them off at the courthouse, right? So it's kind of like the good side of, you know what I'm saying? I auction off people properties and I try to save them. You know what I mean? So I try to balance it out, right? Maybe I try to balance karma out a little bit, right? So pre-foreclosures, I do market to them. I was trying to see if I had one of my, I'm serious about stuff that I do. Like, I am never gonna like have anything, right? I made like a pamphlet, a brochure. I go talk at United Housing here. They offer assistance to people who got behind on their mortgage during COVID. Like, I go talk to their employees because they ask me about like the auction when people call them. I'm trying to do my part, right? Because I do auction off people's houses. So yes, I hand address all of my letters. I put them in bright color envelopes. And like I said, I hand address every single one of them. I see that opens, the open rate is better for me. Bright envelopes, because white envelopes appear to be bills. And most people won't open it, you know, if it's a bill. Ain't nobody trying to open it, especially if you're behind on your mortgage. You're really not trying to open another bill, right? But anyway, so the resources. So I do have a foreclosure marketing bundle, right? And it's just like letter templates, right? It's like 30 letter templates. It's 30 text messages if you text them. I don't cold call and I don't door knock. I live in Memphis, period. So all I do is I send a letter. If my letter resonates with them or they feel motivated, then I let them reach out to me, right? I'm not knocking on their doors and I'm not calling their phone, okay? Not today. Now, maybe if it gets there, I might maybe send a text message. Okay, but I'm not there yet. My point is I have a bundle. It's templates. It's text messages. I made like 20 different letters that you can send, and you can kind of craft them to make them work for you. 20 different letters, pick what you want, and then you can send it crafted for, like, if you live in Chicago like Stacy, or Philly like Frida from Philly. That's such like a commercial, like an ad commercial. Frida from Philly said that her eye drops worked. But anyway, what was I saying, y'all, before I got off? So yeah, 20 different letters, craft them. I have letters for when that first notice goes out, because that's a different tone, like, hey, you're behind. Not, hey, you're behind, but you know, it's a different tone when they have 30 days. Then if you want to send a letter right before, like a week before they go to auction, it's a different tone. It's like more urgent. Hey, call me. Your auction is in less than a week. I can help you, blah, blah, blah. You pick whatever you want to send. So I have that. It's just a bundle of templates. It's down there. I also have, so that's the first option. Then the second option would be, I have like a mini course, right? And it comes out tomorrow. And I recorded just a couple of quick lessons so you can find pre-foreclosures wherever you are. It's a mini course, so I teach you where to find pre-foreclosures. I give you little sources, the little nuggets that I know where to find them. Like, you can find them. Usually the public notice goes out 30 days before the auction, right? That's when the public notice goes out. I give you a little tip so you can find it before the 30 days, right? To give you a little bit more time to really reach out to the people, right? So then it'll be a mini course, and it comes with the templates and me teaching you how to walk through it. That's the mini course. And then if you want to be like Stacy and Kevin and everybody else, then I have the mentorship. And honestly, it's not everybody else. It's like only 5 people, because that's all my life can take is 5 people right now. And it's a mentorship, and I'm going to teach you everything that I know how to market to pre-foreclosures. I'll make you a little baby beast like me, you know what I mean? And we're gonna meet twice a week, and I will teach you everything that I know. I will show you my exact letter, my exact method. I have a website that I got built for me. I'll just teach you everything I know, right? And my resources, and I'll give you all my resources and my plugs and the script. So when they call you, you got to know what to say when they call you, right? So I'm going to mold you. I will mold you for 30 days for the month of October. The whole month of October, twice a week. I'm going to kick your butt for 30 days. That's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to see. I can't promise we're going to do November. We're going to see what October gives. And then we're not doing December because that's my birthday month. So all the links are down below. So you can get the bundle by itself, you can get the course, or you can get the mentorship. Whoop, there it is. Okay, let me catch up because y'all talking. Let me catch up. Okay, let me scroll back down. She said I will call, but I'm never knocking. Me neither, baby. I live in Memphis. Look. Oh, look at y'all making friends in the group. Y'all a little community. Where is my friend from Florida who wants me to start a Facebook group? Look, y'all want me to give all this energy and effort and time. And I showed y'all my schedule yesterday. This was my schedule. I found my schedule from June 2020, right? Schedule from June 2020. Y'all, I had like 28. This is one attorney. So if you don't know, there's about 5 attorneys here in Shelby County that do foreclosures. I work for 4 of the 5, okay? Here's my schedule for like June 2020 for one attorney. It's like 28. I had, trying to see if y'all can see. I had like 8 auctions on one day, right? 8 auctions on one day. Don't forget, I auction Shelby County, and surround Shelby County, Fayette County, Tipton County. I auction in Nashville. So, you guys, I just don't want to take on a whole big old group of people and I can't mentor you. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to be great. So 5 people, you guys. And the link is below. I have it literally set at, once it hits 5 people, it won't allow anybody else. Because y'all not finna worry me, right? Y'all not finna have my blood pressure high, right? Right? Student loans already coming due this month. So y'all not about to have my blood pressure high. And they giving me and Stacy and everybody money to Ukraine. So y'all not about to have my blood pressure high. So, okay, let me catch up. Yeah, Chicago. Yes, Stacy, you ain't knocking to Chicago. How to verify if the owner paid back the defaulted amount or if the property is going to foreclosure. Okay, Realtor Rajan, how to verify if the owner paid back the defaulted amount or if the property is going to foreclosure. So I guess to answer that question, how do you verify? So if they pay the money back, right? That means they're not in foreclosure anymore. If they reinstate it, and if I'm off, be like, no, Ashley, that's not the question I was asking, Ashley. And I'm gonna say, okay. So, once people get behind 3 payments, usually, they send that acceleration notice, right? And that acceleration notice says you have to pay this past due amount, or in 30 days your house is going up for auction, right? That is that acceleration notice. And that's also when the public notice goes out, 30 days before the auction. That's when the public notices hit everybody's county. I file them in Mississippi here. So that's when I'm walking to the land and record office in Mississippi to file it, because they're still stuck back in 1925 and they don't have electronic filing. So I want to make sure I understand your question. So how to verify if they paid it already. You mean so you don't send them, like, so you don't market to them, is what you mean? Like, I'm sure, like, keep in mind, auctions always get postponed. They post the public notices 30 days before the auction, right? Now, in those 30 days, the homeowner can file bankruptcy. The homeowner can decide to sell their house. The homeowner can, I don't know, borrow some money from their cousin and catch it up. They might decide to do a modification. Like, every house that the public notice is filed on does not always make it to auction, right? So, you know, I'm sure these letters, look, I got letters. Here's my letters. So when I mail, they're always gonna, something's always gonna come back, right? So here's one that came back, return to sender. And all I do, like I showed y'all last night, I'm gonna take this out because my card is in all of these. I do put my card in them because I know half of these people who, we buy houses, we close fast, cash, y'all don't put your card in it, right? Y'all don't even put your name on it, right? It's just, we buy ugly houses. No shade to if you own that. No shade. But I'm just saying, I see it when I go to these people's houses, right? And my letter is in here with my business card. Whoop. There it is. And people are like, I saw your bright envelope and your letter and you had your business card in there. Right. I look like a legit, nice, trusting person, right? And even in my letter, I put in my letter, okay, this is an airship letter. I just looked at it, an airship letter. Like, in my letter, I'm like, do not sign any paperwork or let strangers in your home based on a phone call. I say this, like, you know, I let people know, and I'm like, bankruptcy is not your only option. So it's not me just like, call me, I want to buy your house. I want to buy your house, quick close, all cash, as is. But y'all, you gotta make it like personable. Okay, I'm back. Let me read what y'all got. I'll call, but I'm never you. Okay, hold on. I forget it doesn't move sometimes. Now, hold on. Realtor Rajan, did I answer your question? Like, or if the property's back defaulted amount or the property's going to foreclose? Like, I just mail when that notice comes out, right? Now, if they call me back, if they save it, I might not ever know, right? You know what I mean? But I mail so many, right? Somebody always calls me back. Somebody always calls me back. I mentored this guy, right? He bought the bundle, mailed. We mailed, I'm sure he, I mean, we live in the same city. He mailed, I'm talking about his first batch out, somebody called him. Like, the owner called him, middle-aged guy, was losing his house. First batch of letters he sent, somebody called him right back. So, you just gotta craft it. You gotta craft it. And I've been doing this for like almost 3 years. So my letter, I have crafted my letter so it speaks to your soul. I feel like it speaks to your soul. So, like, here's my letter right here. Y'all, I'm gonna catch one in the comment. Here it is. I even have, y'all, I have a website. Y'all, I tell all my business. What I don't do is gatekeep, right? If anything, I am transparent to a fault. So, you can go right now to Foreclosure Help, TN, T as in Tennessee, T as in Tom, N as in Nasi.com, and that's my website. I own Foreclosure Help TN, Foreclosure Help MS, Mississippi, and Foreclosure Help AR for Arkansas.com. Booyah, right? Because if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, right? So that's what you're going to learn in the mentorship, Stacy and everybody else. I don't know if Kevin's on. You're going to, you know, we're not going to have to do anything. I have to say the word because I got a kid. You know, I got to mouth the curse word because I got a kid. Yeah, if you can't get the mentorship, get the auction accelerator for sure, for sure. How to get benefits from Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Realtor John, you've been asking me every question. You came prepared with questions, didn't you? Just put all of them in the chat and we just go through all your questions that you got, right? How to get benefits from Chapter 7 bankruptcy. What do you, help me? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm trying to how to get benefits from Chapter 7 bankruptcy. If I was to interpret that question, I would translate it to mean I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. Because I'm thinking about it from my angle, right? As the real estate agent or as the auctioneer. Is that question coming from, like, if you were a seller in foreclosure and needing to file bankruptcy? Because I did mention bankruptcy, right? You see I'm trying to dig deep and critically think about your question. So you know, I don't know if y'all know, if somebody's house is up for auction, right? And I mean, it is the last second, right? You can't do a modification. The bank is saying no. A person can file bankruptcy, and that will stop an auction immediately. They can file that morning, the morning of the auction, and that will stop an auction. So that's always people's last resort. Like if they can't come up with the money, they can file bankruptcy. But bankruptcy comes with a payment too, right? You know, I've had people like, Ashley, I can't sell. I'm going to file bankruptcy. I'm like, okay. And then they call me a week later and they're like, the bankruptcy payment was more than my mortgage. I'm like, okay. And then they end up selling. That's one of the examples on the mentorship sales page. Maybe they mean from homeowners that file bankruptcy. Yeah, maybe that's what you mean, like from the homeowner. What benefit do they have to file bankruptcy before they go to auction? Boop, 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 boop. I think ding, 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 ding. I think I figured out the question. We all figured it out. And watch realtor Rajan be like, wrong. That's not what I meant. I'll be like, what benefit do homeowners have to file bankruptcy? I mean, it's going to stop their auction. That'll save their house. You know what I mean? They can keep their house. That will. And I think you can file bankruptcy and not put your house up on there. Y'all, I don't know how bankruptcy works, right? Like I know, and I live in the bankruptcy capital. Like Memphis is like the bankruptcy capital, right? I'm not sure when it comes to the benefits to file bankruptcy, but I know it'll stop your auction. It will stop your auction immediately the morning of if you file bankruptcy and your house is scheduled for auction. People do that all the time. And the investors are mad. We'll get to the auction and they'll anticipate a house going up for auction and I'll be like, they filed bankruptcy this morning. And that's the end of that. And they don't get the house. Okay. Did I answer a lot of questions? Y'all still, I'm here in case. Amato, that's you. I know. You're the one in Florida. You're the one who wants me to start a Facebook group. I know. Oh, I wanted to share some things with you guys. So let's talk about foreclosure activity. If y'all have questions, put them in the chat. You know what I'm saying? All my links are below. All of the links are below. Masterclass next Thursday. The foreclosure marketing. Look, I took some little notes because I'll forget. I'll start talking and forget. The code, look, the code for the foreclosure bundle, the little template bundle, it's just the bundle. It's not the course. It's not the mentorship. October. Use the code October. Baby, I'm always trying to get y'all a code to something. October is the code to get a discount. I'm making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so foreclosures for August. And I have a question for you guys. Look, at me, this is like class. This is a master class too on Sunday. Soul Sunday. No, Oprah have a master class on Sunday? I don't know. Anyway, here's a question that y'all can think about, and I'll talk about this. So, we all know that the wild card for 2024, we got so much going on. Student loans, we've got the commercial real estate market. Y'all know commercial loans are due $1.5 trillion in commercial loans. We've got millions of people who have not paid their mortgage in years. But the wild card is, it's an election year. 2024 is an election year. I've said this so many times. But, you know, and nobody wants a foreclosure wave or a housing market crash on their record, right? If you're the president, nobody wants that. But how do you stop? Okay, and this is like a true legit question, you guys. How do you stop a foreclosure wave? Like if you're the president, do you just put like another moratorium in place? Do you give everybody money? Like how we're going on. Keep in mind, a lot of people have not paid their mortgage since the moratorium. And the moratorium was what? 2021, 2022, 2020 and 2021. People have not paid their mortgage in like, we're going on 2-3 years. If we go into 2024, that's damn near like 3-4 years that people have not paid their mortgage. Like banks have these loans sitting on their books of people who have not paid. Millions of people, you guys. I really think it's millions of people. At least, I'm going to say at least 8 million people have not paid their mortgage in like 2 years, right? I was talking to an attorney, and she's like, Ashley, these people have not paid in like 3 years. So, I mean, how long can banks survive off of people not paying their mortgage, right? How long can they survive off of if commercial debt comes, you know, when it comes due? Mortgage applications are down, so banks aren't getting mortgage applications. They're not doing home loans. We've got millions of people in default sitting on their books, right? But how do you stop a foreclosure wave, though, right? The president, I guess we just print more money. Is that what you do? You print money? Or we put another moratorium in place? Because I know the banks are like, look, we struggling over here. Interest rates are high, right? Like, nobody's buying properties. These people aren't paying. The commercial, like, that's when banks start collapsing, right? Like, when banks... So how do you stop it, right? I mean, how do you stop what's to come? It's a legit question. Yeah, print more money. That's what I sound like. Do you just print more money? But then, okay, so what's the second part of that? You print it to, like, print it to do what with? Like, are we going to start paying people's mortgages? Like, we giving out money so they can catch up? We can't pay people's mortgages, right? I mean, I guess we can do anything. We can print money, right? We're going to put another moratorium in place, I guess. And this is another question I was thinking about that y'all might know the answer to. So when the banks and everything collapsed in 2008 and the banks got bailed out, when they got bailed out, does it just cover the deposits? Like, it didn't cover people's mortgages, right? Because, I mean, all those people foreclosed. It covered, like, the CEOs, they got bonuses, right? And I guess it covered people's deposits, but it doesn't cover mortgages when banks get bailed out, right? I don't know. Y'all jump in. I don't know. If the mortgage company servicer that is foreclosing is not listed in the county records, the foreclosure is fraudulent. You're right. It does have to be listed. You're absolutely right. They've got to be listed. I told a story about the electric company that came to the auction one day. I did an auction of a property. The property had a lien on it from an electrical company. I guess the homeowner didn't pay them. The electrical company put a lien on it, right? So the electrical company is at the auction. I asked an attorney, and I was like, what was the electrical company going to do? Like, they're not going to give their bill to the new owner. And she said, she's like, now, if the electrical company was listed on the notice, the public notice that goes out, then if the property sold for $1 over, they wouldn't make any money. But if, let's say, the property sold for $30,000 over at the auction, they would go in order of the liens on the property. Like, they would pay off that first mortgage, and then if the electric company's lien was next, then the electric company would get paid off from that $30,000 overage, basically. So, but what I'm saying is, yes, you've got to be listed on the public notice. It's got to be listed on the public notice. We're not going to start with Ukraine, my dog Rex, because I know you. So, small banks will probably close and a lot of mergers will take place. Yeah, so, you know, I mean, that's what's going to happen. Like, I think some more banks banks are struggling right now. I told y'all in a video, like, I got a notice for a HELOC. It's a small bank here. They're sending out everything. Like, Monday, I get a notice, like, come open a checking account. We'll give you $250 to open a checking account. Then, like, Wednesday, I got something in my email that said, come apply for a HELOC loan with the initial interest rate being 1.99, and then in 6 months it's going to be 7.7%. I'm like, that's not a good deal. Who's that a good deal to? But the smaller banks. So, I mean, I guess that would be an advantage for JP Morgan Chase, right? Because they just gobble up the banks as they collapse, right? That's what Jamie Dimon does. So I don't know. Like, that's when I'm like, how do you stop a foreclosure wave? You just, because eventually the banks are going to be like, we can't sustain anymore, right? You know, I'm always trying to think. I'm reading small banks. We ain't gonna talk about Ukraine. We ain't gonna talk about Ukraine. Everybody know Ukraine got our student loan money. They got it. And no shade. Like, if y'all have family in Ukraine, it's a sad, horrible situation. Like, I just joke. Y'all know I just joke about that all the time. When I say it's cheaper to send a wire in our country, you know what I mean? Just send it to my student loan. I mean, it's people who are unemployed and people who are, I'm just saying it's cheaper to send a wire in country than sending a foreign wire, I'm sure. That's all I'm saying. But no, that's the question that I wanted y'all to think about. Like, I always think like, okay, if the president was to stop it, you're just going to say, y'all have 4 years not to pay your mortgage? Like, we're just going to kick the can down the road and see, banks are just going to start, banks can't maintain, right? You got all these defaulted notes. Nobody's doing mortgages. Like, nobody's buying a house. That's when banks start collapsing, baby. That's when they start collapsing. I heard a good analogy, right? How much is the credit balance normally above the opening bid that is listed? How much is the credit balance normally above the opening bid that is listed? So look at me trying to dissect your question. And I think what you're saying, is, so for me, trustee sales, right? When I do an opening bid, that's the minimum, right? That is the opening bid. You can, if nobody else is out there, you can bid $1 over, right? If it's the opening bid is $1,000, you're the only one standing there, you bid $1,001 and you got the house. But the opening bid is my minimum bid. I know at some places like auction.com, Zome.com, they have reserve bids, right? There's absolute bids and reserve bids. Absolute bid means whatever you bid, whoever's the highest bidder gets that property. That's absolute. Reserve means a reserve has to be met in order for the bank or the seller to sell that property. And the reserve is not always the opening bid, all right? The opening bid is just to get you started. If you've ever been online at auction.com, it'll say like reserve not met, like if it's not where the seller wants you to be, okay? So for me at the courthouse, the opening bid, bam. If you bid $1 over, you get it. Other places, if there's a reserve, they determine that. You know what I mean? They set what the reserve bid is. I hope I answered your question. When you said how much is the credit balance normally above the opening bid. I hope I did that. You know, and they just, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. Only the original lender can foreclose and must be present on the record. The original, you're right. Yes. What was I going to tell you? I heard this analogy that I think is really good. I listen to Bigger Pockets. I don't know if y'all watch Bigger Pockets with Brandon Green and, or is it David Green? Brandon and David. It doesn't matter. Bigger Pockets, a huge real estate podcast. And David gave a great analogy. And, yep, I see you said yeah. Okay, so I love Bigger Pockets. Y'all follow them. He gave a great analogy. And he said about our real estate market right now, the condition it's in. So follow me. He said, like, it's, as an example, it's like our real estate market is on drugs, okay? And no shade or offense to anybody. Y'all know what I'm saying with the drug problem. I'm just giving an analogy. It's on drugs. And what he meant was, like, since 2019, 2020, it's not a normal real estate market. We've injected it with so many different things. For example, like, normally foreclosures happen regularly, yearly. We put a moratorium and stop foreclosures, all right? So with the analogy, you know, we just covered this up. We stopped this, injected it with drugs, basically. Then to get the market going again, we lowered the interest rates, right? Interest rates went down to 2. That's another injection theory. You know what I'm saying as far as the drug theory goes. So that's another injection. So then the market went crazy when interest rates were 2%, right? Everything got bid up. Everything was crazy, waived appraisals. Then what did we do? Then we started raising interest rates, and we raised them so quickly. We've never raised them that quickly before. That's another injection of, you know, drugs. And so now, here we are with this real estate market that we have manipulated and injected with so many different variables. And he was like, so now we just have to wait and see what happens after the real estate market comes down off of this high. You know what I mean? Now, and we don't know. And we don't know if it's going to crash or if it's going to, because we've manipulated and done so many things to it, we just don't know. We just got to see what happens when it comes down off of this high from all the drugs that we've given it. So, and I was like, that's such a good analogy. And none of us know, right? We all have our opinions. We look at the past and we're like, okay, well, this pattern kind of reminds us of this. But none of us know what's going to happen, right? So, I don't know what's going to happen. I know we got, I think, about 10 million people who haven't paid their mortgage in 2 years. And so, okay. So another thing, okay, yeah, I can explain that. If foreclosures come, so if they don't stop a foreclosure wave, right? What are the consequences of that? Of not stopping, of a foreclosure wave happening, right? So that would mean millions of people would get foreclosure notices. Millions of people would get that letter that says, either you pay or you go to auction in 30 days. So I'm assuming some people gonna file bankruptcy, right? Imagine 5 million people getting a notice saying you have 30 days to pay your past due balance or your house is going to auction. Like 5 million people at the same time. What does that look like for our, y'all chime in here, right? Like, what does that look like? That looks like, if 5 million people, so some people are going to try to sell, right? Some people are going to try to sell. They're going to, you know, I think the majority of people are going to be like, you know, try to sell. Some people are going to try to sell. Most people can't catch up. So, okay, so that would look like a flood of houses coming to the market, right? That's what that would look like. If 5 million people got notices saying your house is up for auction, a majority of them are going to sell. So selling in, let's say, 2024 looks like interest rates are sitting at what, 8%. A flood of houses coming to the market would mean, and y'all chime in. What would that mean for the market? Okay, and I thought about this all day. I always think about, if this, then this. If this happens, then this will happen. So if 1 million people put their houses on the market at one time in 2024, interest rates are 8%, that would turn our market into, I mean, that would probably crash our damn market. But because, okay, interest rates are 8%, we would have essentially we'd have a buyer's market, right? Because when inventory is high and there's not a lot of buyers, right, then buyers can pick and choose what they want. Lots of buyers, low demand, right? Because interest rates are high, buyers are already pulling back. That means these people would probably have to put their house on the market at a lower price, right? Because now they're motivated to hurry up and sell because they're going to be in foreclosure. They're going to lose their house. So that would affect the rest of the market that would lower everybody's housing value. There goes everybody's equity, right? That would make a lot of people be upside down, because if a bunch of houses came on the market at once, everybody can't be priced at the top of the market. They got to be priced, you know, when it's a lot of competition, you can't be, y'all know the difference between a buyer's market, seller's market. Buyer's market, you can't be super high because you got competition. You and your neighbors on the market, right? That would bring these property values back on down. That would totally reset the market if we got a flood of foreclosures, right? Y'all follow me? Y'all in here? It will cause a domino effect throughout the whole economy. Yeah. Learn how to bring forward your... Yes, there you go. Loss is always some of the Titanic chaos. Yeah, like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Like, I'm always like, if this happens, then this, like, it's, all these houses hit the market. Buyers, buyers would probably come back out here, but I mean, if interest rates are still sitting at 8%, I believe they're going to raise the rates one more time this year, and then they're going to hold 2024, I don't think the rates are coming down anytime soon, honestly, which is going to present another problem. And it's on my mind. It's just like boop, 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 boop. It's so many. I think it's going to be waves of foreclosures, right? We got the people who were in foreclosure in 2019. The moratorium saved them. They got to come through the pipe, right? Then you got 2020, 2021. In a normal year, we foreclose on people, like 100,000 people. We got the 2020, 2021 foreclosures. So people who were in the pipe who got saved come through. 2020, 2021, the normal year people, foreclosures. You got people who overpaid, who were thinking they bought this year and could refinance and can't refinance and are struggling. They got to come through the pipe, right? Because a lot of them are struggling right now, thinking they could have refinanced, got that promise. Yeah, we're hoping it's not that bad. But I think it's going to be like waves. And y'all know the market crashed in 2008. Foreclosures didn't come till 2009, 2010. That's when the foreclosures started coming down the pipe. It's a process, especially if you live in a judicial city where y'all got to go to court and all that kind of stuff. So, you guys, it's just something to think about. Like, I'm always like, if the foreclosures come, then what does this mean? Then are they going to bail out the banks? And if the foreclosures come, are the hedge funds going to jump in and start buying all these properties? Are the hedge funds going to spin the block? And, you know what I mean? Like, it's all different scenarios that always play out in my mind of how this could play out. Right? I don't know. And again, the wild card, it's an election year, right? So they might just keep kicking the can. But you can only kick the can for so long with banks, right? Banks are going to start collapsing. So, yeah, then it'll be an influx of short sales, for sure. For sure. Because if a flood of foreclosures hit the market, a flood of properties hit the market, that's going to knock everybody. You're going to lose your equity. Everybody who overpaid, and like I said, your home value is based on the homes around you. If we all bought for $300,000 and then Jenny gets scared and get a foreclosure notice and she sells her house for $285, and then Mike, he get a new job and got to move quickly and he sell for $285, and then who knows, somebody die and they sell their house for $285. You paid $300, but your house not worth $300 anymore. It's worth $285 because everybody around you sold for $285, right? That's how you lose equity. Now if everybody's selling for high, then you got equity. But if everybody starts selling for low, then there goes your equity, right? So that's why I was like, why are these people overpaying? Why are you waiving appraisals? Why would you do that? I don't know. Thank you, my dog Rex. Thank you. Yeah, so then people will have to short sale. And, But I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if the president is going to say, not that the president really just runs everything, right? I feel like Jamie Dimon could be like, look, we done held off long enough. We got to foreclose on these people. And I got a hedge fund right here who is going to buy all of them, right? Like, I could feel like he'd be like, Joe, you're going to have to go sit down because we're going to have to let these houses, like, we can't keep these defaults on our books anymore, right? We got to do something with them. And we got plenty of hedge funds saving up money, billions of dollars to buy single family properties. Let's let these foreclosures go. Let these hedge funds buy them up. And then we can start business back to normal again. That could happen. That's a thought right there, you guys. Okay, let me catch up to where y'all at. But if that happens, can you write that off on your taxes as a loss? What? If what happens? If you lose your house? Like at foreclosure? Like if you lose your house, can you write that off on your taxes? I don't know. Can you write? Any tax professionals on here? Like, I mean, I know when you buy a house, you get that tax break. But when you lose it and you don't make any money, right? Like, how many of the auctions you have where the house does not sell? I would say, like, recently I've been seeing the opening bid has been too high, right? A lot of these people are foreclosing and they just bought like 2 years ago, right? So they owe that whole loan. The opening bid is just too high. And I look at the schedule of, I can go back and see. I wish I could share this with you guys. I can see like across the country when properties revert back. And a lot of the properties have been reverting back to the bank. Like I can see the opening bid and I can see that the sold bid is the same. So that means it didn't sell. So they're just too high. The opening bids are just too high. You know, so that's the other thing you're gonna run into. Like, and I mean, you might get some REOs. Like I've had like property, they'll send me a property, I auction it off, nobody buys it. It'll go back to the bank, they'll rework the numbers, send it to me again at a lower price, and I'll try to auction it off again, right? And then if it doesn't sell, it'll go back to the bank and come as an REO. So, how do the people find the properties the banks are keeping off the market? What do you mean, like the defaulted notes and stuff? Like, what do you mean? The properties that the banks are keeping off the market? Like foreclosures or... Yeah, I be trying to interpret what y'all asking me. I try to translate it. How, or maybe it's just me overthinking the question. Like the auction, I mean, I guess like the properties that the banks don't put on the market would be auction properties, right? Right? If I'm the step before them putting it on the market. So the step before REO would be me at the auction? Or do you mean the defaulted notes? Now, you know we can't find defaulted. That's not our lane, right? You got to know, you got to play golf with, you know, the people at the hedge funds and bank of, like, that's upstairs in the upper room where they can make those phone calls and buy defaulted notes. We can't call the bank and buy a defaulted note, right? You can't buy, I mean, unless you have that relationship with the bank where they can call you. I was sitting next to a guy in a restaurant, and like it's a restaurant that I go to all the time, and people were like, I was sitting next to him and they were like, y'all should talk to each other because y'all have a lot in common. And so of course, you know, I'm like, it must be real estate because that's what everybody knows me for. And he's like, you're in real estate? I said, yeah, auction off foreclosures. He said, oh yeah. He said, I remember back in 2008 when the bank called me and was like, we've got some notes if you want to buy them. He's like, the bank called him. I was like, what do you do? He worked for like the Hilton, you guys. Like he opened up like the Hilton's overseas or something. Like he had money, right? In order for the bank to call you and be like, you want to buy these notes from us. And he was like, I remember that. And I was like, dang. But I mean, you got to have that relationship with the bank, I'm sure. Yes, the banks foreclose but do not repost for auction. I don't know. How do the people find the property? Yes, the banks foreclose but do not. I think I answered your question, right? How? But that would be like, how do you find auction properties, right? The public notices and your county, auction.com, places like that. Check out the auction accelerator. If it depreciates, okay, like on your taxes, like if your house isn't worth what you paid for it, I guess you could, right? Yeah, I don't do taxes. Amanda, you want me to do everything. You want me to open up a Facebook group. You want me to talk about foreclosures. You want me to do taxes. I don't know. I don't know. I know a lot of stuff, but I don't know if you can write off the depreciation of your house. Maybe you can, right? Because you can write it back. I would try. I would try. I know I would. That's what I would do. Yeah, you guys. Oh, this is what I meant to tell y'all. Y'all keep asking me if I'm good to have you do another live. I know. Can y'all believe it? I've been here all 3 nights. All 3 nights. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Anybody been here all 3 nights? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? Or 2 nights? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is what I wanted to tell y'all. Okay. So, foreclosures for August. Oh, look at Daniel popped up. Everybody who wants funding, Daniel's here. Daniel, let them know when you're releasing your funding book. Daniel's got an ebook coming out. He does funding. Everybody who asked about funding, Daniel's here. Every night for 3 nights, thanks. Yes, yes, I'm with you. Would you place a mic a bit closer? I do need a mic, don't I, you guys? Should I talk a little louder? Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Y'all should have told me if you couldn't hear me. I can talk loud. I can talk. Would you place a mic a bit closer? I do need a mic, don't I, you guys? Should I talk a little louder? Hold on, now it's like an echo. Okay, because I turned it up. What about, is that better? Okay. Frida says I hear you loud and clear. Now there's an echo. Tell me how I am right now. Okay. 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 So, I'm going to leave it how I was. I'm not going to touch anything. I will just talk a little. Is there still an echo though? Okay. Everybody say you're good. You're good. Okay. Well, I'm good. If everybody says I'm good, then I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. So, okay, cool. No echo. You guys, it's already been an hour. It's already been an hour. It's already been an hour. Yeah, I can talk, you know, I can talk. Like, this is like a telethon, right? Like, I can go get on here and talk. I was just going to give y'all some numbers on, but I mean, it's already been an hour. But I can tell y'all this really quickly, though. The states that have seen an increase in foreclosures really quickly for August. States with the highest foreclosure rates were Nevada, Illinois, Stacy, South Carolina, New Jersey. We had New Jersey in the house last night too. New Jersey and Delaware. Right? If we're talking about cities, we got Columbia, South Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Peoria, Illinois, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Jacksonville, North Carolina. Stacey, you're on this list too. Riverside, Jacksonville, Florida, and Chicago, Illinois. Cleveland, Ohio, Las Vegas. Just thought y'all should know. Just thought y'all should know. And states that saw the greatest monthly increase. States. Louisiana up 40%. California up 32%. Tennessee up 32%. Alabama up 30%. And Florida up 28%. And if we want the cities, we got Austin, Texas, Nashville, Raleigh, North Carolina, Riverside, California, and Miami, Florida for August. So September numbers should be out here this week, and we will see what's going on in September with foreclosures. You guys, y'all have any questions? All the links are below. The masterclass is next Thursday. It's free. REO versus auction properties. The bundle, use code October. Mentorship is down there. I don't know if any spots are open anymore, but that link is down there. I send out a newsletter, you guys. I send out a newsletter twice a month about the distressed market, about auctions. I'm like the deal of the week. I put auction, you know, I do all that. I announce when I have a YouTube video. Sign up for the newsletter. I'm not going to send y'all a newsletter like every week. I don't have time for that. I'm not going to talk to you about active listings, closed listings, expired listings. There's enough people who talk about that. I talk about the distressed foreclosure auction market. That's all I talk about. Twice a month. Nashville is going to get hit hard. Nashville is going to get hit hard. I auction in Nashville. Look, everybody on Daniel. I told Daniel he's got to come out with the ebook. I'm telling you. Everybody who wants Daniel to come out with the ebook about financing, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if everybody thinks Daniel should come out with a book about funding for properties. 1 in the chat. Look, there. Thank you, Frida. Look. All I'm saying is a demand for it. That's all I'm saying. Are y'all tired of me talking? You know I gotta do my letters. Tomorrow is mail out Monday. It is the 1st of the month. All these foreclosure notices went out on Friday. I bet a bunch are going out this month. I gotta mail. I have to mail. Look at that, Daniel. I know you see that. I know you see it. That's all I'm saying. The demand is there for it. because I know everybody wants to capitalize off of I'm just saying. Daniel. I know everybody wants to capitalize on the opportunities that are coming in the future, right? And everybody, for me at the auction, everybody doesn't have cash. Everybody doesn't have liquid to come see me. But there's still ways for you to invest in the market, right? You just have to know about them. You just have to know about the funding that's available so you can get prepared and whatever you need to do if you have a credit or if you have to have a down payment or whatever. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be opportunities, right? Y'all know this is my retirement plan. This is my retirement plan. So, and if it's not investing in real estate, I said like trash outs, there's opportunities that are going to come or jobs that you can create to make money when the recession, my bad, I'm not supposed to say recession. When the downturn in the economy comes, right? There are always going to be opportunities, right? And you never know, maybe you ain't safe on these jobs. Jobs are not loyal. Let me say it, ain't nobody safe, right? Go look at dailyjobcuts.com. Nobody is safe. And I think a lot of people, that unemployment rate is going to go up 2024. So all I'm saying is if you can have a little side hustle, a little plan B, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I can't see the hearts, but if you said you sent them, I believe that you sent love over here. So all I'm saying is be resourceful. Be resourceful. There are opportunities. Trash outs, cleanups, what did I say? Storage facilities. Like you can partner with these banks. I know Wells Fargo and Bank of America both have a site you can go to be a vendor for them. I don't know what the requirements are. Get your paperwork in order, y'all. Get your business paperwork in order. Don't be cash apping and all that kind of, when Wells Fargo says, how do we pay you? Don't be like cash app. Don't say that. Get all your books in order. You know what I mean? And then when the opportunities present themselves, then you can be ready. They said what? Thrift stores, storage, like home health. People might not be able to afford to go to a nursing home. If you can go visit them in their homes and provide whatever health care they need, maybe you could do that, you know, like laundromat, storage. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be opportunities. That's all I'm saying. Don't let this window of opportunity pass you by. Like I said, I was 21 in 2006. So I wasn't really in position to capitalize when the market, you know. But I'm like, but this time, you guys, these videos are going to be live from the beach. Y'all be like, Ashley, where are you at? Sorry, you guys, you can't hear me. Those are the waves. That's the ocean behind me. I'm sorry. I should have got a mic. Sorry. So don't, just understand. That's the game plan for me. Okay, so whatever your game plan is, y'all better figure it out. It's fourth quarter. It's October. That's all I'm saying. Y'all got any more questions for me? Y'all got any more questions? My dog Rex, you always bring the best comments. He's on my YouTube. So after this, that means you guys, I'll go back to doing daily YouTube videos. I just decided to do this 3-day live. Y'all talk to me, I talk to you, ask me what you want to know. Get to know my personality, because when you see me on Instagram, I'm like, that's me on Instagram. But at least on YouTube, you're like, okay, she's cool. She's cool. She's cool. So I will go back to doing daily YouTube videos, so y'all subscribe. There we go. There's Daniel. Look, everybody's got a plan, baby. Y'all better have a plan. And I told y'all the other day, real estate is my plan A, B, C, and D, right? I don't have another backup plan. And people always reach out to me, Ashley, why don't you do insurance? Why don't you do? All I do is real estate. This is all I do. This is my plan B. I love real estate. There's nothing else I would rather do than there's nothing else I would do. And I'll retire from real estate. Like, that's my retirement plan. Buy properties, live off of them. Whoop, there it is. That is my retirement. Because I probably ain't going to get Social Security. Because they probably sending my Social Security to Ukraine, right? I ain't going to get Social Security. So I got to come up with my own plan. I got to save myself. I'm out here saving myself. Putting on my own life vest. That's what we got to do. You know what I mean? So that's my plan. Y'all got to figure out what your plan is. So, okay, there's Daniel. There you go. Daniel will be like, I ain't never getting on that doggone live again. Sorry, Daniel. Sorry. I mean, if anybody else got a business they want to promote, feel free. But, you guys, it is 9 o'clock. It's 9:09. I have talked for over an hour. The masterclass is next Thursday. It's free. I will be on YouTube every day again. You guys, every day. The mentorship is still open, so we can just hold each other accountable. I'll teach you everything I know. How I talk to people, how I close people, how I find buyers for the people who call me, right? Because if I don't want to keep the house when they call me, I got to sell it to somebody else, right? So that's the mentorship. October is the code for the marketing bundle. If you just want the templates. Masterclass is next Thursday. Newsletter sign up. It's like I just keep going and going. All the links are below. I'm going to leave it at that. All the links. I'm on Instagram. Your Agent Ashley. You're right, my dog Rex. Stay out of debt. This is fourth quarter. Baby, this is fourth quarter. So you know. That's why I'm like, the market is not going to do anything this fourth quarter. Because retail. Fourth quarter is retail. Amazon, Target, Walmart, everybody got to make their money. This last little run, fourth quarter, this is retail's time to shine. Don't lose your mind buying Christmas gifts that you know your kids are only going to play with for like 3 days, right? Stop. Don't do it. Save your coins. Pay down your credit cards. Buckle down is what I would say. Do not go crazy and spend credit cards, right? Because we do not know what's coming in 2024. We don't know what's coming. So, that's all I'm saying. I better not see y'all waiting in line at 5 o'clock in the morning on Black Friday, pushing anybody down at Walmart for a TV that you buy every year. I better not see any of y'all. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So, we're buckling down. We're coming up with a plan. It's fourth quarter. Y'all better go write your goals down. I'm going to go write my goals down in a few minutes after I do my letters. Okay? So, I will do this again. Okay, I will do this 3-day thing again, or I'll go live one day. I'll announce it. When? I don't know. But I'll do it again, I promise. I'll do it again. So, Auction Accelerator is still on sale. Go get the course, you guys. Yeah, I can talk forever. Actually, I know a few lenders in addition to hard money. Can you create a survey asking your viewers what type of capital they're looking for? What kind of capital? Look at me. What kind of capital y'all looking for? Oh yeah, y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Just do something. Hit the like button. Tell me where you're from. Tell me your favorite song. Favorite color. I don't know, you guys. I think I'm done talking. This is not a telethon, right? This is not a telethon, but I can make it be one. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the 3-day tour that I just went on and talked to y'all for 3 days. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back. I promise this will not be the last time. I'll be on YouTube every day giving my opinion and complaining that Ukraine got my money. And we'll go from there. It's just like my diary. Like, and some days I'll report from the auction. That's when some days I'll be like, you guys, I got 8 auctions today. I'm in Nashville. Whoop, there it is. So ooh, look, my battery about to die. That means it's time for me to get off. My battery is about to die. Okay, you guys. Your Agent Ashley, Instagram, all the links below. Melbourne, Australia. Look at there, you guys. Everybody say hi to him from Australia. That's cool. From Australia, you guys. All the way from Australia. Y'all got foreclosures in Australia? Y'all got foreclosures in Australia. Why Ukraine don't ask y'all for money? Australia ain't giving Ukraine money? Y'all probably got more money than us. Okay, you guys. Okay. I don't know. But anyway, that's cool. From Australia. We need agents like you down here. I need to come visit Australia. I've never been there. And y'all know I used to fly. I used to be a flight attendant, but I didn't go to Australia. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, everybody say hi to... Y'all are so funny. Like, this would turn into like Yahoo Messenger, AOL Messenger back in the day. 2000 AOL Messenger where everybody's like, hey, we're not doing that tonight. because tomorrow's a school day and I gotta take my kid to school in the morning. Sorry, you guys. I will be back to YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Daily videos. And all the links are below. Daniel better come out with a book. And who else? Y'all want me to... Anthony. Anthony said, sir, we'll figure it out, you guys. Because y'all do need funding, right? You do need to know. You need funding for the opportunities. And Stacy, that was Stacy. Was it Stacy? No, it was Gat Media. Where is she? She asked me about how to safeguard properties that you already have when the market downturns. So I was going to come up with something for that too. I swear, every time y'all ask for something, I'm like, let me come up with something. So, don't worry. I see the demand. Y'all see the demand. If there's something on here that you can create it, you guys. Create it. Even if it's an ebook, you know, the e-commerce business is like $1 billion business. E-commerce, education, online education. Y'all better jump in. You see me, I just jumped in and here we are. You know what I mean? So, if you know it in your mind, let it out. Let it out. Share your knowledge. Okay, you guys? Y'all over there talking. Look at y'all. Yes, 370 billion value by e-commerce. Online education, that is where it is, you guys. So if there's something in your brain that you know about, don't self-sabotage. Just do it. Put out an ebook. Put out a resource. Yeah, I put out a course. I just poured my brain out and put out a course. And here we are. So, do it. That was the phrase last night. It'll be the phrase tonight. That's your phrase for life. Just do it. You know what I mean? I would have said a profanity word, but it's Sunday and I don't want to say profanity on Sunday. So, just do it. I was going to say, F it. Just do it. Just do it. You know what I mean? So, okay, you guys, I'm through. We do this every night, like some high school teenagers. I'm like, you hang up first. I'm going to hang up. No, you hang up. So we're all going to hang up. All the links are below. All of them are below. If I have to tell you to get any one thing, I would say get the auction accelerator. Now Ukraine going to take all the e-commerce. Stop. They can afford to do it, can't they? They can afford to do it, baby. So we're gonna hang. D Young, you know how we do this. On 3, we all hang up and have a good week. Have a good October. This is 4th quarter, y'all. Eye on the prize and foot on the gas. That is my motto. Foot on the gas, eye on the prize, and that's it. And that's it, you guys. All right, on 3. 1, 2.